How you doing, my family and friends? Just a quick thought that came to my mind. And, I asked myself the question, and I ask you the question. Have you rehabilitated yourself? Have you taken the time to make an assessment of yourself? Self-care comes first. If you don't care about yourself, then how you gonna care about anybody else? That's real right there. Mental health is real. If you don't take the time to self-care, to take care of yourself, your mental, your physical, your spiritual, your financial, that's where it has to come from within. It has to come from within. There's a work that needs to be done. A lot of us are walking around, acting like we healed, like we okay. And in reality, we hurting. Our mind is going through things. Life has driven us to a certain space, a certain place. And if you're not careful, and if you don't achieve the right perspective on your situation, you can start pointing fingers, put the victim hat on, and then ride that train for a long time and lose a lot of time and years playing the victim role with the victim mentality. That's real, man. People been the victim for so long that's what they're comfortable are saying and living in that space right there. I'm a victim. I'm this way because of this. I'm in this space because of this. This happened to me. He did this, she did this. And we blaming and we wear that victim hat on the whole time. Nah, I'm not gonna be a victim, man. I'm choosing to be a victor. I wanna overcome. I want to win no matter what, and the first thing it starts with is self-care. I got to protect my mental health. I got to protect my spiritual. I got to be disciplined. I got to be self-controlled because I can't leave myself to my own devices. I already know what that is, where that's going to lead me to, mentally and physically. And it has to be accountability. It has to be accountability. And it gets to a certain point in life where when you wear that victim hat on and you constantly blaming others, it's because 9 times out of 10, you haven't really figured it out yet. And you're frustrated because you haven't figured things out yet. It's always a struggle. It's always an uphill battle. Somebody's always trying to knock me down. Somebody's always trying to get me back. They don't let me want to get to where I want to be. Nah, man. Nah, it has nothing to do with that, man. It's about self-care, rehabilitation, mental health, achieving the right perspective, working hard, being self-controlled, disciplined, humble comes into play as well. And then once you take responsibility and accountability, then you can hold yourself accountable and you can put yourself around the right environment where others will begin to hold you accountable. See, me talking to you and me saying what I'm saying is a way of holding myself accountable. It's a way of keeping myself in check. It's a way of keeping myself in check. Because you can't say one thing and then live something else. Can't do that. So, it's a positive thing. It's a positive thing, man, to put it out there, to share, to grow, to expand, to expand, to think different. And don't get caught up in the nonsense. Not at this stage of the game. You know, as time has passed on, I have been able to figure some things out. And whatever I figured out has me thriving. It has me in a good marriage. It has me in a healthy relationship with my children, with my job, with my business. Because I was able to figure some things out. And I was able to figure some things out. And this is what we have to do as a collective. We got to help each other figure it out. But if you busy blaming and playing the victim, it's going to be hard for you to figure this thing out right here. You know, it's going to be hard for you to figure this thing out, man, because this thing is constantly evolving and it's constantly changing. It's constantly evolving and it's constantly changing. And if you're not adapting with what's going on out here, it's going to be difficult for you to figure this out. But with that being said, it's just a small thought that just came to my mind. Positive mental attitude, having the correct attitude at all times, and you know, being willing to go the extra mile. This is what that looks like right now, going the extra mile. What I'm doing right now, I'm going the extra mile. You know, I don't have to do this. I really don't. But it's beneficial for me and you. You know, it's therapeutic. You got to get comfortable being uncomfortable. And you can't pay attention to what nobody says about what you're doing or about what you want to do. You know, if it's something positive, go for it. All day, go for it. All day, swing. Don't leave it on the table. Do not leave it on the table. Swing. And see what the next step is. You know, with that being said, my family and friends, are once upon a time felon, unashamed for Christ, forever saved.